Anyways, as some of you may know, we are running a predictor league where we select a few of the fixtures of the upcoming Premier League round and we predict them. Unfortunately, we don't have the current leaderboard because the gaffer, Connell, is away. But I am under the impression that myself and James both got 0 points from our predictions this week.
And Ronan got the most points this week.
Yeah, but
even though I'm still last.
So we don't know where that leaves us. But anyways, we're gonna tip on to some of these. You'll stay tuned next week, and you'll get the L table there. So you will. So the first game we have for this weekend is a big one. Merseyside derby, Liverpool Everton. Last time we played, Pickford committed a murder, chopped Van Dijk in half. Richarlison snapped up Thiago, showed him that this isn't the Bundesliga here, buddy. You're getting destroyed. I think Liverpool have to come out and win this one, but I'm not too confident. But I'm going to back my team 3-1 Liverpool.
I just don't ever fancy Liverpool in a Merseyside derby. I know it's at Anfield, but it doesn't make any difference these days because there's no fans. I'm going to go for the same score as the first game, 2-2 draw. Because I don't think we're good defensively, but I also think Everton are fucking equally as shit at the back.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I was going to go for the 2-2 with similar reasons to Rowan, but you have to be different on this show. This is what we aim to.
We strive for greatness.
Yeah,
on
we
the
strive
Barstoolers
for
Premier League
greatness.
podcast.
2-1. I think we're just going to nick it. It's going to be a bit of revenge. Maybe Everton are on the side of a bit of VAR magic, or not magic, like a bit of juju, and a VAR decision will go our way for once.
Yeah, hopefully what goes around comes around, and Jordan Pickford has an absolute howler. He does some of the mistakes that Alisson
breaks his T-Rex arms off the bar or something.
Well, that's kind of extreme. But anyways, the next game, the other side of the table, is huge. Fulham versus the Blades. This is a rather large game in the relegation picture. And I'm going with the Blades on this one. I see them sneaking a 1-0 win. It's going to be an awful football match, and it's not going to be one that'll be enjoyable to watch. But I see the Blades coming out with the dub here.
It's an absolutely huge one because if I was looking at the table there, I didn't think Fulham were as close to Newcastle as they were. I think they're 18. They're 7 points behind
18
Newcastle.
points and Newcastle at 25.
Yeah, so there's a 7-point difference, but Fulham have a game in hand. So if they win this and Newcastle lose the weekend and then they win their game in hand, that's obviously 1 point. So I literally said last weekend that bottom three is set in stone. But if Fulham can pick up a win here, they're not totally out of it yet. And obviously, I've apologised for my opinions on Scott Parker. But my actual prediction, I'm actually going for 2-0 Fulham win here. I genuinely think Fulham have a chance of staying up at this stage.
I know I said we strive for difference, but I'm going to go for a 2-0 Fulham and win as well. Just bin Chris Wilder at this stage. I want to like him so much, but he's getting harder and harder to like as the weeks go on. He's
a whinger.
He's an absolute crier, isn't he? And Scott Parker actually has had time to work with the players, and people like Madja are coming up with the goods now. And they're actually good to watch. For some of their parts, which isn't that much, they do try to play some ball, and you got to respect them for that. So 2-0.
Just thinking there, if Newcastle were to get relegated, St. Maximin would do criminal things in the Championship.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone if they get relegated.
If he was to stay, he would do bad things in the Championship.
But he's only back, so he might do bad things to keep him up.
Feels like a very Everton signing. I wouldn't be shocked if he went there next season they got relegated.
He's very Balassi-esque, but he's a bit more finesse about him. Anyways, on to the next game. Another big one. It's a good weekend for Premier League action this weekend with the Hammers playing Spurs. Spurs in need of a win. Hammers playing quite well. And the last time they played, it was a fantastic game. Lanzini scoring a rocket last minute of the game after Spurs dominating the first half. One of the most dominant displays I've seen all season. Their first half anyways, it easily could have been 6. They should have put the game to bed. I think they might come for blood in this one. Seeing 3-1 Spurs. they're not losing this one or not dropping points this time.
Mourinho hasn't come for anyone's blood in, I'd say, about 6 or 7 years. I am going for a 1-1 all. I was going to say 1-0 West Ham, but I don't think they're going to win. I think it's just going to be like every Spurs game. I actually think it's safe enough to predict 1-1 for the rest of Spurs games for the rest of the season. Because they are just not fun to watch at all.
I think that's actually quite a good hypothesis. I might take you up on that, but not this week. We're going to go for a 2-1 Spurs win. I think, yeah, as Mix was saying, the spotlight is firmly on Mourinho at the minute, and this is a great time for him to pull a good result out of the bag, give it the big one in the press conference. Hopefully a Son brace, no Kane assists for me, thank you. And yeah, we move, but they're definitely conceding because that Spurs backline is unadulterated shite.
I have to just give some context towards that prediction with James with the Son and the Kane. We currently have a fancy Premier League draft. There's us, the Barstoolers lads, and then a few of our other mates. So things are heating up at the minute. So that's why James has the love affair for Son and, of course, Werner. And then Roman's love affair with the two Leicester boys. It's big.
James and Connell kind of shooting it out the top now.
Sure. Since I got Gundogan in, he might fire me to title success, but sure, just only time will tell. Speaking of Gundogan, Man City, Arsenal, simple as 5-0 City, demolition, Arsenal, tragic, City, class. That's it.
Yeah, there's not really much to say about this one. I think it's going to be a bit more exciting than a 5-0. I'm going to say 5. Actually, I'm going to say 4-2. Because I think Arsenal actually do look a bit better going forward these days. But they're still not great. In fact, they nearly blew a 4-0 lead against Leeds there at the weekend. So you'd imagine City will find this comfortable enough.
I'm going to go for a 3-2 Arsenal win. I'm just going to fly in the face of all logic and reason. Arteta ball, he was so pragmatic at the weekend, actually really annoyed me. Like, he could have went for a Leeds jugular even more, and he's bringing on Willian because of his amount of contracted appearances he has to make. So I shouldn't predict an Arsenal win, but just why not? Why not? The City will probably throw the kitchen sink at them, and it'll be a mess, a bloodbath. But I think Arteta will get one over on Pep. Why not?
I hope that's the case, but I hate to break to you, it's not going to be. And another great fixture to end off this week's predictions is Aston Villa and Leicester. Two sides have been very good this season. Villa have surprised a lot of people. I know I had them in the relegation zone. The first podcast we recorded when we were talking about our predictions for the year, I thought they were destined for relegation. But they've been class. And I see them getting a win here. Great game, this one. 3-2 Villa.
I think with Vardy back in the squad, Leicester might be a bit more consistent. Both sides very good defensively. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Leicester win.
I go for the reverse. Playing the Uno card right now. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Villa. Of course, it's not going to be Ollie Watkins. It's going to be Big Cons or someone, big set piece. Bit of nice defensive solidity and see out the game. Just very anti-Leicester at the moment between Roland's fantasy and what they've done to Liverpool there. So can't predict in their favour.
That's it for another week of football, lads. Don't forget to check us out on our streaming platforms, also on our social medias, on our Twitter, our Instagram. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we have a link tree in our Instagram bio that gives you the links to all our socials. So we hope you enjoyed this one. Conor will be back next week, hopefully, because he is the brains of this entire operation. But I think we did well, all things considering, and I hope you enjoyed the podcast. We'll hope to talk to you next week.